What's wrong?
Hi guys, welcome to Pillars of Eternity 2.
I love you.
I got all the DLC, so no worries about that.
You were made to find inner peace. We were made to track flight prices to paradise.
I had 8 UTIs in 1 year. This inspired me and my partner Spencer to launch Euphora. Euphora makes effective urinary tract pump products. It truly works miracles. The peace of mind I've been looking for. Go to euphora.com to learn more.
When was the last time you checked in on your car? With Cardio Mobile, a personal EKG device, you can check it from home using your smartphone.
I use Cardio Mobile every day, sometimes twice a day.
Here's all the mods here, guys.
It makes me feel pretty good about my heart condition. It's a complete game changer. I mean, you might as well be in the doctor's office.
I have this game on Steam, so these are all from the Steam Workshop. There's about, there's a lot of mods there. Like in the workshops, there's a ton of mods there. You should check it out. But I got companion armor. They tweak out the companion armors. Items rebalance. Some unique weapons and items. Armors and shields. I normally pick Ranger or Druid, so I put new Ranger tweaks. New abilities, spells, and talents, and changes existing subclasses of the Ranger. Trinkets. Change some items to be trinkets. Vanilla weapon rebalance. Improve spears, two-handed weapons, damage modals. Vanilla druid rebalance, because sometimes I pick druid too. Improves druid casting and recovery speeds. Vanilla Ranger rebalance. Major changes to the Ranger and Animal Companion. Subclass unlocked. Unlock most of the hidden subclasses. Heroic Origins. Starts you with more points to create your character, which is good. Enhanced user interface. This mod makes game mechanics easier to understand by adding probably a lot of stuff. Okay.
Wegovy is the only FDA-approved weight management medicine that's proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events in adults with heart disease and obesity or overweight. Wegovy shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen.
Okay, I guess you could do it
Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes.
by a longer method, but
Tell your provider about vision problems or changes.
if only I had to save from the first game. Let's see. We gotta delete all these.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight.
I'm keeping it off.
And I'm lowering my CV risk.
Check your cost and coverage before talking to your healthcare professional about Wegovy.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM.
Okay.
Fox News Audio on SiriusXM.
New game. Turn-based, of course.
More controversy at the Olympics with 2 boxers currently competing in Paris who were disqualified from last year's Women's World Championships after failing gender eligibility tests. Yesterday, an Italian
We'll leave it on relaxed.
quit her match only 46 seconds into her fight against Amain Khalid from Algeria. The other athlete in question, Taiwan's Lin Ting, competes in just a few hours. And here at home, the Biden-Harris administration's new Title IX regulation takes it back. How about that timing? Expanding protections to include gender identity, and that comes amid legal challenges from more than half of the states. Outkick.com contributor and host of Games for Girls podcast on Outkick.com, Riley Gaines, is here to react. Riley, I want to start with these biological men who are beating up women. It's happening at the Olympics, and here's their defense. Via a spokesperson of the IOC, as with previous Olympic boxing competitions, the gender and age of the athletes are based on their passport. These two athletes were the victims of a sudden and arbitrary decision by the IBA. I wanted to read that to you because there's gender on a passport, and then there's what Vivek Ramaswamy said, which is XX chromosomes indicating woman, or XY indicating male. It's pretty simple science, Riley.
You would think so. You would have more hope.
Let's start it up.
International committee to trust the science to prioritize the safety of women, but that's not what they're doing now. Instead, they're looking at passports as if passports can't be changed. I mean, we're seeing that in states here in the U.S. You can change your passport, you can change your birth certificate to reflect whatever you want it to reflect. I am in total agreement with Vivek that if you have a Y chromosome, whether or not you are trans, there are rumors out there that these athletes aren't actually transgender or athletes who identify as trans, but instead they're athletes with a DSD, which would be a diagnosed sex disorder. But nonetheless, they have a Y chromosome, and if you have a Y chromosome, you are a male, and males do not belong in women's sports.
You know, Riley, you've been so courageous, and my sister was a 100-meter hurdler. She didn't deal with this in college just a few years ago, but you have to deal with this. And why are there not more women?
You know, I like this game. It's kind of like a comfort game. You know, you go to, you sit down for a few hours.
Where are the other team athletes? There are some. But where is the coordinated effort?
Understandably, they're terrified. They're terrified of the risk. They're terrified of the threats that they face. Let's look at what the Biden-Harris administration has done by implementing this new Title IX rewrite, essentially abolishing Title IX and its original intent. In this new rewrite, if you, a college student, a college athlete, a 17-year-old girl who goes off to college away from her family for the first time, in your house with a man, and you go to your administrator and merely request a new roommate, under this new Biden-Harris administration, their new Title IX rewrite, you would be taken to the Title IX's compliance office and you could be guilty and charged with sexual harassment. That's why people are terrified, especially girls my age. That's why they're terrified to speak up for themselves and to call out injustice when they see it.
It's an injustice. Former President Trump and his campaign has said that. And it's incredible to me that Kamala Harris, as a female about to become the Democratic nominee for president, has stayed silent on this. Her silence is quite loud. Riley Gaines, thank you. Keep us updated.
Thanks, Kaylee.
All right. Well, Steve Ducey, over to you this Friday.
I got some more Olympics news, Kaylee. First up, Simone Biles making history by winning the individual all-round gold medal for the second time yesterday, reclaiming the title she won in 2016, 8 years ago.
That Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of angels had transformed themselves into gods. Your
She
vision
is amazing. You can see her hugging her teammate, Suni Lee, who took the bronze. It's an incredible comeback for Lee, who was out of the sport for a year while battling kidneys. Both big winners. And Katie Ledecky is now the most decorated female athlete in Olympic history. The swimmer just captured her 13th Olympic medal in the 200-meter freestyle relay. At just 27 years old, Ledecky is now tied for the second most medals of any American Olympic athlete ever. The United States currently has the most Olympic medals with 38, its highest being France, the host country, with 28. But China has got the most gold medals with 12. Those are some of the highlights of this Friday. Meanwhile, it's a summer Friday, and Maverick City Music is going to rock the All-American Summer Concert Series. Grammy Award winner Chandler Moore will tell us about their latest album and Message of Faith live in the studio. Nice to see you. This tiny home trap Not for me. Now, this is more like it. Same goes for my foot fetish, where I went hands-free with Whitemarch Sketcher slippers. Just step in and go without bending down or touching my shoes. Whitemarch hands-free Sketcher slip-in.
Cash that 5% on travel purchase through Chase with Freedom Unlimited. And 5 better plans. Switch to a King Suite.
Look aside of the treats.
Sign on a treat. Hold up. Undo. Chase Freedom Unlimited. No annual. How do you catch that?
For moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor giving the liver remission and visibly improved damage of the intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease. Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi. Learn how to make the milk you saved.
My name's Trevor. I've tried other diets in the past. Never lasted for too long. My cravings came back, especially my sugar craving. Fell off the wagon. Release worked fast. Sweet tooth is gone. So happy with my progress. Now I love myself.
Ever worry that you're drinking too much? Take back control with Forward Health. Forward Health provides access to medication proven to make it easy to drink less. Or quit drinking altogether. Qualify for treatment today at forwardhealth.com.
I'm sure save 35% off your first order. The selection for any pet and any diet. The prices you love. Delivered fast, right to your door. For low prices and fast shipping. For life with pets. There's Chewy with everything.
Did you know you can remodel your kitchen faster and less expensive than the big box stores? In Cabinets to Go, customize your dream kitchen with custom quality cabinets, countertops, and flooring. So transform your kitchen in weeks, not months. Minimizing your downtime. Visit one of our 100 plus showrooms nationwide and get your dream kitchen today for as low as $139 a month at cabinetstogo.com.
Let them decide what to do.
Here we go. Your consumer cellular top.
They
No, consumer cellular uses the same powers as big wireless, but then passes the savings on to you.
So I get the same fast nationwide coverage if I switch?
Yep, save the money for something else. Speaking of, I ordered us some Thai food. Thank you. Oh, shoot. I'll forget it. Pretty high up here, isn't it? For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage starting at just $20. Call or visit Consumer Cellular.
This is our future, Mom. Go Daddy Arrows. Create the logo, website, even social posts in minutes. Hey, I like it. Who wants to come see the future?
Get your business online in minutes with GoDaddy Arrow.
When you can't watch or listen, get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habit.
Well, now that's a pickle. Would you like me to contact you
You
someplace?
can see his smile coming before our eyes, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging cyberfish into something resembling.
Some of the world's top builders are having to change. They use the front row seat. That shallow coverage of this short taken classic.
Sid.
Be yours indeed.
Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Chimera. The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in. A pale, slender neck rises from the glacier, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicately translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean or tuned. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between them. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet hers. Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fostered your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the constant of your life. You alone know best what occurred.
Award-winning gospel music collective, topping charts and selling out arenas all across the country. And they are coming to a city near you this fall on their Good News Tour. Tickets are available right now.
And now this all comes on the heels of their new album, The Maverick Way Reimagined, as well as Chandler Moore's new album, which drops today, Chandler Moore Live in Los Angeles. Chandler Moore of Maverick City Music joins us now. Chandler, your album, I said to you, I go to a church where you walk in and the music makes you cry. You can feel the Holy Spirit moving. And you said that's what Chandler Moore Live in LA is all about.
That's what the album's all about. I took some time off from music to spend time with my wife and my family. Because the last 5 years have just been gone. Life has been so much. And when I came back, I told the team, I was like, I got to get back in the room with the people and get back to my roots. I grew up in South Carolina, Charleston, and my dad's a pastor. And whenever, like you said, your experience of walking in the church, and even if you've never heard that music before, it hits something deep inside of you. So that's what the album is.
Holy Spirit.
Indeed, Chandler, given the fact that your dad is a pastor, how many times a week does he call?
It's actually, my dad is really great because I get those calls about twice a year. It's like, those, I need you. And it's, you can't say no.
So you go.
Yeah, but most of the time, I'm calling my dad like, hey, come to London with me, or come pull up to California, come see the show. And that is more meaningful to me that he's around and present and in my life.
Can't say no to Dad.
Can't say no to
Dad. How have you seen Jesus Christ work through your music?
Man, there are so many stories that ground me and keep me focused and keep it wide. I think the most recent I can remember is there was a lady whose son was struggling with a lot of addictions. And she said he was on the verge of just ending his life because he couldn't take it anymore. She introduced him to the music, and there was one song in particular, I can't remember, but he listened and he became overwhelmed with hope that, okay, I can make it through this, I can fight. So that's the Lord, that's all he just.
Well, listen, you're going to have a concert starting in 8 minutes.
For an hour. We're here.
I know it. And look outside.
Look at all the people. What up? I can't wait to see it. I'm ready.
And the tour is called The Good News Tour. There's so much bad news. We need some good news.
We gotta have some good news to remind people that there's still a reason to live. There's still hope for tomorrow. God is still working behind the scenes, even if we can't see it. So the tour is all about the gospel, all about people sharing the good news and hanging out with family and community. So
worldwide tour. You're going to Europe and Africa.
We're going to Europe and Africa Monday. So it's going to be amazing.
All right, so you're going to take the stage here. For more information about the Good Music and tour, visit good-news-tour, goodnews-tour.com. It's easy. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
All right, since we're going to sing her, we need something to eat, and that's what's food. Also, guys, chicken fajita with jalapenos. So that's what we got here. I like jalapenos. I like chicken. I like pickles. Yes, I like jalapenos. So basically, what we're doing is going to pages of our gather and real cookbook. We're going to see David our chicken with marinated in pickle juice and jalapenos. We spun it on the Nashville grill for about an hour, and we're making our famous fajitas. We got all the ingredients, the cheese, we got the seasonings, and our city's coming up. Eat with this guy right here. See y'all.
Wow.
What impacts you every day?
+4 Constitution. That's pretty good.
That shapes the way we measure, create.
See, Orland, Dexterity. Humans got ones everywhere. It's garbage.
Okay, someone just did laundry.
God, got ones everywhere. That's garbage.
This is just right. And I don't like
Dexterity and intellect.
Get a light sense at last. No heavy perfume.
+4 Might.
I'm James Patterson. I'm Mike Lithica. When we're done talking here, you will immediately order.
Think I'll go dwarf.
Hypnotizing people. Yeah, so what? We've written a novel that's hypnotic.
How about Jane Smith? Jane is the star of Hard to Kill. Jane was a New York cop and a private investigator. Now she's an undefeated attorney. Jane's the best character I've ever heard. Jane is the best character I've ever heard, including Alex Cross. I love Alex, but I adore Jane Smith. Okay, that's enough of a teaser. Order the book, Hard to Kill.
The Mountain Dwarf.
So don't let that chip spoil your trip.
Is that you?
Single class.
That happens a lot, but Safe Flight could have helped. A chip repair is faster, cheaper, and easier than a new windshield. And with your insurance, it's usually free. So don't let that chip spoil your trip. Book today.
Kate made progress with her mental health, but her medication caused unintentional movements in her face and some heat, called tardive dyskinesia, or TD. So the doctor prescribed Austedo XR, a once-daily extended-release TD treatment for adults. Austedo XR significantly reduced Kate's TD movements. Some people saw a response as early as 2 weeks. With Austedo XR, Kate can stay on her mental health meds.
Oh, hi, buddy. Austedo XR can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, or have suicidal thoughts. Don't take if you have liver problems, are taking risperidone, tetrabenazine, or valbenazine. Austedo XR may cause irregular or fast heartbeat or abnormal movements. Seek help for fever, stiff muscles, problems they can pursue. Common side effects include inflammation of the nose and throat, insomnia, and sleepiness.
Ask your doctor for Austedo XR.
Scout is protected by Chimera
See.
in its minute. Chimera Trio is the first chip with triple protection. Oh, please.
I'm leaning towards Druid. I like Druid a lot.
Well, heartburn disease, no problem with Chimera Trio. This drug class has been associated with neurologic adverse reactions, including seizures. Used with caution in dogs with a history of these disorders. For winning protection, go with Chimera Trio.
Let's go Druid.
Across America are failing, wearing out decades early and leaking, oftentimes without you knowing about it, causing tremendous damage. Here's how you know you have a problem with your roof. Black streaking, the roof looks rough, the granules shedding off into your gutters and showing up in your driveway. Your roof is wearing out too fast, and it's going to cost you a bundle. Roofmax makes your roof like new by strengthening and rejuvenating. So give us a call, and we'll give you a free assessment.
What's this?
Your roof qualifies.
Oh, man, I love a good hotel breakfast. And it's so close to the stadium. I'm actually getting the last room for $190.
I put the last one a week ago.
I booked yesterday. One night, $140.
I think I'm taking the Fury.
Thank you into booking their last room. They don't have all the availability. Instead, use Trivago. Trivago compares hotel prices from hundreds of sites, so you can save up to $50 a night.
Well, at least I got the last ticket to the game.
Hotel? Trivago. These bills are crazy.
She has no idea she's sitting on a gold mine. She doesn't know that if she owns a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, she can sell all or part of it to coverage for cash.
Go Talon's Reach.
Get a term policy?
15.
Find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. Call Coventry Direct today at 800-496-9200 or visit CoventryDirect.com.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
Wow, it's cool.
Performing all morning long. They've been performing here just on our couch, and they were just playing. They were just singing.
I listened to it in the car with my daughter on the way back from school. It is a popular Christian song. And how cool it is you've heard of her.
Hey, Kaylee, it's great to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
On this Friday, usually it's on this Friday, but that is the perfect song. I thank God to lead into this.
Well said. We have a Fox News alert this morning. Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Grishkovich and former Marine Paul Whelan and journalist Alsu Kermasheva are back on American soil. Here's Evan. This is a touching image hugging his mother for the very first time after spending 500 days in a 9 by 12 foot prison cell in Russia.
I want that mechanic so I can open locks. Survival help too.
That last guy, Paul Whelan. After landing at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland last night in the 11 o'clock hour, they took another flight overnight to Texas, San Antonio, Texas, for evaluation at the Brooke Army Medical Center. So Mike Tobin is outside the medical center in Fort Sam Houston to Texas. Hey, Mike.
Good morning, Brian, Steve, and Ainsley. As you mentioned, 3 of the returnees from this historic prison swap are now in the facility behind me. Brooke Army Medical Center, often called BAMC, inside of Fort Sam Houston, in the outskirts of San Antonio. Paul Whelan, Evan Gershkovich, and Aslu Kurasheva are all here. They touched down first at Joint Base Andrews, where they were greeted by the President and Vice President, then flown to Kelly Air Force Base here, where they landed a little after 3 a.m. and were transferred to the medical center and inside of Fort Sam Houston, where they begin their very careful reintegration. Now, while at Andrews, Whelan spoke about the wedding he attended and when the Russian authorities came and picked him up more than 5 years ago.
The FSB grabbed me, said I was a spy. I'm apparently a general in the Army, a secret agent for DIA. This is the nonsense narrative they came up with. They wouldn't let it go. So, yeah, this is how Putin runs his government. This is how Putin runs his country. Yeah, I'm glad I'm home. Yeah. I'm never going back there again.
Political prisoners and prisoners of war have been repatriating or reintegrating here since the end of the Vietnam War. Their reintegration happens in 3 phases. First, they call it recovery. There are preliminary psychological and medical evaluations done on that matter. That's the kind of thing that will start happening today. Second, involves more thorough debriefing and medical exams, as well as psychological exams. The third phase is the one we all look forward to for them, or are hoping for them, and that essentially they call it home base, and that's the reunion with their families when they're free to go now back on U.S. soil. Some high-profile people who have come through here and done their reintegration process include Bo Bergdahl, Brittany Griner, and of course our colleague Benjamin Hall came through here with a very different dynamic. Steve, Ainsley, Brian?
They are absolutely experts. Mike, looking at what they're going to be and examined for the next couple of days or so, but 24 hours ago, we had some inclination that this was about to happen. We had some embargoed information, but it was important, and the government stressed this, that we should not reveal the names too soon until they're actually on ground, because you cannot trust Putin. He might do something stupid at the last minute.
And that has been shown time and time again. First of all, you have a government that will seize people, trump up charges, and use them as bargaining chips. And then when you're dealing with the egos of these autocrats, you can offend them and change the dynamic and threaten the freedom of these people that you're trying to release. So everything becomes very sensitive when you're at the threshold of release here.
All right.
Mike, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Live from Texas, guy. so many different elements. I never thought there'd be multiple countries. Usually it's like, okay, I need my guys back. What do we have of Russians? I did not know we had 5 Russians for various smuggling, counterfeiting, and cybercrimes. I did not know we had them, but they disappeared from the prison rolls, I understand. And at the same time, you got Slovenia involved, you got Norway involved, you got Germany involved in order to do this. And I couldn't believe also that the Ukrainian war had nothing to do with it. Both sides had so many prisoners of each other. Yeah. I thought that's where they would go to get somebody that the Russians were interested in.
Well, and the key was Germany. The United States had to convince Germany the only way we can get these Americans back is if you give up that assassin, that killer, that president. And Germany didn't want to. It's interesting, this morning, Der Spiegel over in Germany said, essentially, they welcomed the swap, but Germany paid a heavy price to get the hitman sprung. The quote from the newspaper in Germany is, still, the deal was a success for the West and a triumph for Putin, because essentially it showed that he kept asking for his killer back for years, and ultimately he had enough Americans, and they made the deal.
And Vadim Krasnikov, that assassin who killed someone in broad daylight, by a child's playground, by the way, was so confident he would get out of jail, he told a guard that the Russian Federation will not let me rot in jail. But as you look at these images, these beautiful images of Evan in such good spirits, I can't help but think about what it was like in that 9 by 12-foot jail cell. And it was a place where a Russian journalist who was interrogated there previously said it was meant to break you down psychologically. But Evan was able to write out notes in prison, and the Russian Federation allowed him to read with those notes. He apparently has the makings of a book, one in which I cannot wait to read. But the most incredible thing is one of his last tasks in prison was to fill out a form, a pro forma form, and in it there's a blank space to write to Vladimir Putin. Now keep in mind, you're in a Russian jail cell. You are not yet a free man. Most people leave that section blank. Not the man you're looking at, not Evan Gerskovich. What did he write? I request an interview with Vladimir Putin. Incredible. And here's what his colleague, who we spoke to earlier, Grania McCarthy, here's what she had to say about him, his heroism, and the joy across his corporations.
It's the best day. There's no better day. I want to work.
That looks good.
And all of the window boxes downstairs say Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gerskovich is free. We all have been wearing these pins and buttons for these last 16 months. I stand with Evan. We obviously continue to stand with Evan, but it's the most exhilarating feeling. Once we knew yesterday, the very minute that we knew he was off the Russian plane, I mean, the news over here in London, of which Evan is a part of, erupted, and we've just been smiling ever since. His character and his spirit and his determination continue to shine.
Darn long, baby.
16 months of his life that he was locked up in Baldurs, Russia, and he continued to stay strong. He worked hard at it, but mentally strong, physically strong, and he provided a source of determination and inspiration for all of us to keep going.
And now virtually no journalists on the ground there in Russia. You gotta wonder about the future of journalism. You can't go abroad. You can't bring light to authoritarian, autocratic, despotic groups.
We got 8 Americans still there in Russia.
Yeah, a ballerina, Mark Vogel.
So, teacher.
What we have heard is he's got the makings for a book. I wonder if he's going to go back to work with the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal, I don't think has anybody inside Russia right now. But the question is, does he want to go back to the front lines of wherever they would send him? Or is he going to say, you know what, I've done enough, I'm going to do something new?
I can't wait to follow his story. And I can't wait to read that book. All right, well, to another alert today, acting Secret Service Director Ron Crowe is holding a news conference updating the public on the investigation into the Trump assassination. Some would say 19 days too late.
This presser comes as a whistleblower claims that Mr. Rowe himself is to blame for the security lapse that led to the shooting.
CB got the really good details. They see the
Republican Senator Josh Hawley says a whistleblower claims that Secret Service Acting Director Ron Crowe personally directed cuts to a division of the agency which does threat assessments for events. Hawley says his whistleblower claims threat assessment agents were not on scene during the rally and no evaluation was done of the site prior to the event. He took the claim to the Secret Service, who said it would respond to Hawley's request for more details on the official channels. This is all eyes turned to today's news conference with the Secret Service to see whether the agency Answers about communication breakdowns and technology failures during the assassination attempt. One of them, we learned through Acting Director Rowe's congressional testimony that a 30-second window between when a local officer first spotted the would-be assassin's gun and the first shots was not relayed to the Secret Service agents directly protecting Trump. Rowe testified that urgent warning was broadcast over the local law enforcement radio system, but he said the state is siloed between local and state channels. Again, today's news conference is slated to begin with the Secret Service at 2 p.m. Eastern. This, as local media reports, the official cause of death for the gunman has been ruled as a single gunshot wound to the head. Back to you.
All right, so we kind of live in Buffalo, Pennsylvania, where it's really coming down.
It is.
Great day. Thank you. So I expect that president to dispel and inform. I think they should say, okay, this is not true. This is true. That would certainly help.
You have 19 days, so it's incredible. 20-day press conference, we spent 20 press conferences.
I hear you. Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance shuts down a reporter during a recent Q&A, calling Kamala Harris a chameleon.
And as the deep stakes heats up, Pennsylvania Governor
Receive 5,000 copper. Hell yeah.
some fundraising events this weekend.
What is that?
Curious. Peter Ducey is right outside the White House. Peter.
Good morning, and the Trump campaign has got J.D. Vance out there explaining why it is that the former president says the vice president went from identifying as Indian American to identifying as black.
Kamala Harris is a chameleon. She goes to Georgia 2 days ago. She was raised in Canada. She puts on a fake Southern accent. She is everything to everybody, and she pretends to be somebody different depending on which audience she's in front of. I think it's totally reasonable for the president to call that out.
Things are happening quickly for the vice president. The DNC virtual roll call is underway, so delegates should make her nominee by Monday. Then on Tuesday, she is going to appear with her running mate. Axios has an item today titled Signs Point to Shapiro, the Pennsylvania governor who is canceling weekend fundraiser plans, according to CNN. Campaign sources are telling us that her Tuesday announcement being in Philly is not a giveaway. The former Attorney General Eric Holder's firm is done vetting the finalists, and the vice president needs to meet with them in person this weekend now that she is back from a Texas trip where she was cheered for this slip-up at a funeral.
It was Sheila Jackson Lee whose bill made Juneteenth a federal holiday. Because the United States Senator I was proud to co-sponsor, and then as vice president, it was my honor with the president.
It seems he has attained a peaceable stand, and proximity to it has brought you peace.
We don't expect to see Vice President Harris on camera today. Her team tells us she's got internal meetings here in Washington. Back to you.
So, Peter, is the current president back in the White House, or did he take the day off?
He is back in the White House for another 2 hours or so, and then he is going to fly to Wilmington for the weekend.
Okay.
Oh, meeting.
Busy week.
VP contenders, I wonder.
Thank you, Peter. So the thing is now, the question is, why wait? I mean, you got to figure that by Monday, she's got to name a running mate over the weekend and just hit the ground running to dominate the news cycle for a while, to do some analysis. And I think that might be an opportunity for the Trump team to hone their messaging, cut their spots, and find out what part of the vice president's career they want to focus on. Vice president, AG, DA, senator, and find out the areas in which you're doing it, and just keep personalities out of it.
I think it's going to be Josh Shapiro. I really do. We think it's going to be a governor given the Wall Street donations. They're earning Wall Street donations because of the nuance rule. But Shapiro, when you look at our Fox News poll, he pulls at 61% in Pennsylvania. Hey, he states win. Not only that, he outperforms Harris among women, white voters, goes under 30, goes over 65, college graduates, Republicans, independents,
But you know the problem, right?
voters in Pennsylvania.
But you know the problem.
Sexual assault scandal from one of his aides.
I wasn't thinking that.
Well, that's another one.
Okay. Do you want to do the guessing thing or show this one?
Good.
Okay. I feel he's Jewish and very pro-Israel. And she is starting to pull back even to the left of Joe Biden with the slowdown of weapons and the criticism of the prime minister who didn't even show up for in order to bring Michigan onto line. And it's probably how she really feels. Because it's like if Barack Obama became president, the first thing he knew was he didn't like Netanyahu. So I don't know where that came from.
Yes.
But it seems like the vice president feels the same way. So Josh Shapiro is very pro-Israel. I mean, if I'm Josh Shapiro and I'm pro-Israel, and I have a conversation with, if I'm picked,
I'd have a conversation, and if she's not going to be on board, I don't know if I would even go on the ticket.
Let me just know there was a sexual harassment scandal from one of his aides, and they say that he should have come out more publicly against him. So that is the underlying fact there.
Well, what we know about the process is the vetting wrapped, I believe, yesterday or the day before. She, the vice president, has apparently carved out a couple of hours this weekend, tomorrow, to actually sit down with whoever is left. And it could be Shapiro, it could be Bashir, it could be Waltz. We don't know. But apparently, the only people who do know are not talking.
I'm guessing Shapiro. Putting my money on it. Betting and
That's a conventional wisdom.
We'll see.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Last week I did something with Mark Kelly, and people could be in jeopardy.
Open
So,
big problem.
all right, I'm going to turn gradually to this camera, turning now to your headlines. In less than 2 hours, the illegal migrant, I should say, accused of killing Georgia music student Laken Riley, is due in court for a status hearing. Jose Ibarra has pleaded not guilty to 10 charges, including murder. If convicted, he faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. 22-year-old Laken Riley was attacked and killed while out for a run on the UGA campus back in February, you may remember. Today, the court will determine whether her suspected killer will take a plea deal or go right to trial. Either way, we're going to have to pay for him, sadly. To a Fox Business alert, Chevron announcing it is moving its corporate headquarters from California to Houston, Texas. The oil and gas company plans to make the move to Texas before the end of the year. And the company says that all corporate functions will move to the Lone Star State over the next 5 years. Chevron currently has around 7,000 employees in the Houston area and approximately 2,000 in San Ramon, California. On the West Coast, because of taxes, lifestyle, you see the weekend crime, you see the homeless situation. Texas, that's where the oil's coming from. Why not?
Come to Florida. We love you.
Yeah, that's right. Did the Clampets evidently eventually move to Texas?
No, they moved from wherever they were to Beverly.
To Beverly Hills. They would never do that today. They'd have to redo that open. Meanwhile, the one and only Ron Gronkowski is coming up. I'm going to get up, but I'm trying. I got to go get my coat. I'm going to get dressed in our matching vests. But first, Maverick City Music performs live on our All-American Summer Concert Series.
My heart, I wanna die for you, only for you. Here's why you should switch from Google to DuckDuckGo on all your devices. DuckDuckGo comes with a built-in search engine like Google, but it's private and doesn't spy on your searches. And DuckDuckGo lets you browse like Chrome without cookies and things and creepy ads that follow you around from Google and other companies. And there's no catch. It's free. You make money from that, and they don't follow you around. Join the millions of people taking back their privacy by downloading DuckDuckGo on all your devices today.
That's that much from opening with Penny Bus and love food back.
Whether you're in your 40s, 50s, and Creeper Race is here to do just
Creeper Race has been delivering smoother, firmer, younger-looking skin.
Did you know that Creeper Race is America's #1 selling anti-aging body treatment for dry, creepy skin? That's because it works. The Creeper Race two-step system is clinically shown to reduce creepy-looking skin the very first time you use it. I just love my skin. I didn't like it before. I love it now.
And now there's the big news. We're introducing the Skin Revitalizer design and meant for Creeper Race.
This is a revitalizing tool. It is new and it is free. Yes, you know right. It's free.
Creeper Race is already an incredible deal at only $49.95. If you order today, we'll send you the Skin Revitalizing tool with $129 value free.
I mean, sometimes I just want your hand. And you'll also receive our luxurious neck repair treatment, a $49 value, free. Since using Creepy Race, the skin on my neck looks airbrushed. I love it.
These two incredible bonuses are valued together at $178, but they're our free gift to you.
Creepy Race is something I recommend to my patients because it works.
Don't wait. Get all this at $247 value for only $49.95, plus free shipping.
If you're not reveling in your younger-looking, soft and sexy skin, just return the bottles, even if they're used up and empty, and we'll give you your money back.
This is a limited time offer that will not last. Scan the QR code, call, or go to creeperrace.com and order right now.
I've been in UTIs for 10 years. I've lost control. Eucora helped me get back on track. At Eucora, we make UTI relief products. We also make proactive urinary tract health products. Eucora is a lifesaver. Try today at eucora.com.
Live reactions at Tricep and Karate get the impact on the Georgia battleground. And what it means for his campaign. Mike Waltz and Tommy Lemon Saturday on One Nation. Why do couples choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
I worried you were in for another long sleep.
Oh no, it's real pretty.
Difficult to say for certain. The Deadfire is spotted with islands, some quite small. The good news is that if the storm hasn't spun us round entirely, I'd say we're in charted waters. I believe the Valian Trading Company operates in the region. Hence that little visit from that wretched pirate captain. I'm afraid I won't be much assistance in that regard. And not to doubt Master Adair's capacity, but even he would need supplies.
That's true. Steak especially.
Catching the hull is only the start. You're going to need help getting the Defiant out to sea again. And a crew, for that matter.
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship up here.
Greeting.
I don't want to be paddling out of here on the Talbot raft.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright.
Thank you for your support. Allow the Earth Art program.
My lady, if it is not too taxing, could you explain
Hamas's top political leader in Tehran, not helpful when it comes to reaching a possible ceasefire deal in Gaza, really? And there are growing fears that Iran may soon target Israel, as Hezbollah warns of a, quote, new phase of the conflict. Alex Hogan joins us live from Tel Aviv with the latest. Alex.
But castle or no castle?
Right, well, the region is bracing for the possibility of war here in Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says that the country is in a state of readiness. Meanwhile, at the same time, taking place right now in Qatar, the funeral underway for Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh, who was killed earlier this week in Tehran. Haniyeh, among those in attendance for that service for Haniyeh were other Hamas officials, and the service is also underway in Tehran. Haniyeh was a mediator in the hostage and ceasefire negotiations, so his death raises a lot of questions about the future of those talks, but more than that, serious concerns of a broader conflict. Last night, Netanyahu and President Biden spoke on the phone about security risks by Iran and Iranian-backed militant groups after a new warning from the leader of Hezbollah.
The enemies and the friends of man, we are on all the fronts. We have entered a new phase, a different phase, different from the past time or the past phases.
This is the aftermath of Israel's strike in Beirut, Lebanon, which killed a senior Hezbollah commander. And Hezbollah responded with a barrage of airstrikes on northern Israel yesterday. The Israeli military also announcing it killed the head of Hamas's military wing several weeks ago in an airstrike. Well, today, more and more airlines are canceling flights to Israel and avoiding flying over Iranian airspace. Israel's National Security Council is also warning of increased threats against Israeli and Jewish people around the world, the potential targets on Jewish community centers, embassies, and synagogues. So here on the ground, there is the very real concern of a coordinated attack which could overwhelm the Iron Dome. And also, speaking to the level of concern here on the ground, local media are reporting that government officials here have been given satellite phones because of this concern. Back to you.
Wow, you could be hit from 7 sides. Crazy time. Alex Hogan, thank you. Well, President Biden once again issuing a word of warning to an adversary after getting Americans back on U.S. soil overnight.
What is your message tonight to Vladimir Putin?
Strong. That'll work. But how can he say that when Russia seems to hold all the power, all the cards? Well, we got back Americans and great Americans like Ivan Gerskovich and former Marine Paul Whelan. Russia traded for 8 people, and you won't believe their backgrounds. Let's start with this. Over here. You got the former president, colonel, and serving life in Germany for murder. This guy's a would-be assassin, Vladimir Kostrov. And then you have another guy in 2019 assassinated a Chechen fighter over in Germany. This guy is just as evil as it gets. And then you got also somebody known for cyber crimes, high priority. He sold millions of dollars over in Estonia. He's been a prisoner. He's with the Russians wanting to get him out. They got him too. So what is the message? What should we take from this? And what's going to stop the next? Grabbing of a would-be journalist or innocent American? Joining us now with reaction is former Trump and George W. Bush State Department senior advisor Christian Ritten. Christian, we're happy to have everybody home, but do you worry about what's next?
Yeah, I think it does set a bad precedent. It's not the first time for the Biden-Harris administration. You recall just a couple of years ago, they exchanged Brittany Griner, who was imprisoned on Russia on a felony charge. She had some cannabis-related product on her. And we traded Victor Boot for her. He was known as the Merchant of Death. Also with Iran, we traded 6 Americans for 6 Iranians, even 5 for 5, but it was sweetened by unfreezing $6 billion in Iranian funds. That's a pretty big payoff. So this administration, unlike its predecessor, which got back a lot of hostages without giving them salaries, this administration really has created an incentive to take more Americans hostage.
And keep in mind, they still have 8 in Russia. They wouldn't budge on the teacher.
Right, and that's sort of actually what was the discussion that took place. Biden said he refused to engage directly with Putin. Okay, maybe they could have gotten a better deal if they had. You also have to ask yourself, why did Russia allow this deal to go through right now? The conventional wisdom is that Putin wants Trump to become president, but I think the timing of the deal, and again, we don't know all of the information, but the timing suggests that maybe actually Putin's a little more undecided than the conventional wisdom holds.
What do you mean?
I think you might want Kamala Harris to be president, because even though the Biden-Harris administration has supplied Ukraine with weapons, they've done so in a desultory manner, a very slow buildup. Russia is actually winning in Ukraine. So this idea that Putin wants Trump to be president because Trump is going to force an end to the Ukraine war on terms that are beneficial to Russia, I don't think that's actually what Putin sees. I think Putin looks at Kamala Harris and sees more weakness.
Christian, do you believe that when the door shuts and he talks to advisors, he's happy that he invaded Ukraine? Do you think that he sees the price that he's paid?
I think they were surprised. They thought they would have Kiev within a couple of days. But they have weathered the storm, and sanctions that were supposed to cripple them and that would cripple most other major economies. Russia is sort of muddling along okay. So, no, I think he wish that things had gone better, but he's managed to get a significant amount of what he wants without a mass mobilization. There's sort of one group in Russia that can protest and that he can't throw in jail or kill, which are the mothers of wounded or dead Russians. And you haven't had that big outpouring in this because they relied on other people.
Yeah, evidently they're trying very hard to recruit people to sweeten the pot. It's not happening, but they are getting reinforcements from armaments from North Korea as well as Iran and those dual-use parts from China. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, Christian.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, coming up next, the one and only Gronk. He was the sports star turned TV star. But first, Maverick City Music performs live for All-American Concert Series goers and for you.
I will make for the campfire. I must get this pistol clean if it's going to be of any use. Be careful in there, Captain.
Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, hold on. For more than a decade, Forsaker has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Forsaker.
Pod's biggest sale of the summer is extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until August 12th. And see why Pods has been trusted with over 6 million moves. But don't wait. Use promo code BIG25 to save. Visit pods.com today.
When storms hit, we are there to rebuild. As our neighbors age, we lighten their burdens. As our veterans adjust, we ease their transitions. In every part of the country, we are there. We are Catholic Charities. We serve billions each year, regardless of their faith. We put food back on tables, unlock doors, and walk together on the road back. Help Catholic Charities serve your neighbors in need. Join us, and we are there at US.
Individual SUVs for individuals. Imagine that. Get offers on select models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Oh, man, I don't know we're gonna have some breakfast. It's so close to the stadium. I managed to get the last room for $190.
I booked the last one a week ago.
I booked yesterday. One night, $140.
What?
Some sites panic you into booking their last room. They don't have all the availability. Instead, use Trivago. Trivago compares hotel prices from hundreds of sites, so you can save up to $50 a night.
Well, at least I got the last ticket to the game.
Hotel? Trivago. What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can. With Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day, just by brushing your teeth. I never thought that whitening my teeth would be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth. Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste, and our patented polyclean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
We need a simple way to whiten your teeth. Without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better. With new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you? Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 15%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed. Or return it within 60 days for your money back. I smile everything.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always now. Well, this you think that now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one get one free offer goes away. Life insurance is too important to put off another day. That's why Select Quote makes getting coverage you need easy. Now get up to a $2 million policy with no medical exam and same-day coverage.
Visit selectquote.com now.
48% of Americans don't get enough magnesium, which is vital for bone, nerve, and muscle health. I recommend Qdol's Magnesium Glycine. It's formulated for high absorption and is gentle on the stomach. Qdol, the brand I trust.
A $1,500 coat rack. Didn't even learn smoke on the water. Valid. Can she even speak a word of Spanish?
Lo siento, ¿qué dijiste?
Wait, really?
Son solo 15 minutos al día.
Start learning today at Babbel.com.
Sure, I'm a paid actor, and this isn't a real problem. But there's no way to fake how Upwork can help your business. Search talent all over the world. Over 10,000 skills you may not have in-house. More than 30% of the Fortune 500 use Upwork. Because this is how we work now.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
All right, we've got a Fox Business Alert. The July jobs report just released. It shows that the United States added only 114,000 jobs last month. That is way less than what kind of was expected. You can see right there. It's estimated at 175. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate rose to 4.3%. That is the highest number since October of 2021. Wall Street reacting to the news. The Dow futures down more than 500 points. As you can see right there at 551. We'll keep you posted throughout the day right here on Fox. We got the perfect guest to analyze those job numbers.
We do.
Great job.
You guessed it. All right, it's no secret that rock knows how to put the fun in